session here at Michigan, our 5-hour energy rapid recap will get us caught up with what's happened so far. Starting with this, lap 64, a very scary moment for Mark Martin.
Massive wreck. Hits the end of pit wall right there. That wall went right behind his seat. Let's take a look at this. Oh,
exploded
barely,
the oil cooler.
Yeah, barely missed that seat, Brad.
Yeah, it did. You see the oil cooler explode. There's the fire from the oil. Fire crew was right there, got it put out. Mark Martin safe, but that is a horrific wreck.
Mark Martin fine, so is everyone else on pit road. It's been a good day for Dale Earnhardt Jr., especially considering where he started, 42nd in a backup car.
Yeah, absolutely. They said that's a backup car. He ran third with it. California, tested it. They're pretty confident in it. Obviously, they transferred their setup from the race car. It's pretty good.
And who's leading right now? Dale Earnhardt Jr. Though problems for those drivers running Hendrick engines. Tony Stewart, valve spring issue. Jeff Gordon, valve spring issue. And oh, by the way, Jimmie Johnson switched an engine earlier this weekend.
Yeah, Jimmie Johnson switched out the engine. And also, Dale Earnhardt Jr., that backup car, he's kind of got a little better engine, less time on that engine, too. But talking about Tony Stewart and Jeff Gordon, they're having these problems. A big hit for both of these drivers. There's Mr. Hendrick checking on it. He's concerned about what's happening.
They're going to be fighting for a lot of ground here as we go racing and sort this out.
Green flag, green flag.
Greg Biffle charging down low in the 16 car.
Casey Kane got a terrible restart there. You can see how far he's dropped back, still losing spots.
Five car back there racing for 7th now. And they're 3 wide behind him.
Kyle Busch had finally positioned himself as he's sideways off of turn 4. Positioned himself up in the top 10. That might cost him a little bit there.
And if they get side by side, can Biffle close in quickly and make it a 3-way race?
Yeah, absolutely. And is Johnson going to have to get right to the bumper to really loosen Keselowski up to make that mistake?
Just sneaks the left headlight out to 1 and 2 here.
Oh,
there's the move. He's not going to give it up easily, though.
I don't think he can do anything about it now.
New leader, 48. All right, baby, let's air that thing out. Don't look back.
Six to go. Biffle closing in on that 48 car.
Yeah, there was about a half a second difference last lap.
Smoke from the 48 car.
Are you kidding me? Let's just make sure we finish it, bud.
Other Hendrick Motorsports cars with engine troubles earlier today. Inside of 6 laps to go, Johnson loses the lead, Dave.
A lap ago, he said motor laying down, and they radioed back as if they weren't sure if he was kidding or not. He's not.
And there it goes.
Might bring a caution out.
Stay on the bottom. That's it, it's dead.
You can see the water coming out of the exhaust pipe.
From leading the race with 6 laps to go to headed for the garage with 5 laps to go for Jimmie Johnson. Wow.
Another example of why they haven't won here. Just unfortunate luck, but something going on with that engine department there today. There's 3 of them now.
Well, we talked about how hard this track is on engines. It's really been hard on the Hendrick engines today.
Yeah, they had ramped up the speeds. We noted that here on this after this last green flag, that they've really ramped up and run some of the fastest laps of the day.
That's amazing.
Days like this, you go back and wish you'd run 5 or 10 laps less of practice.
Well, remember, they changed an engine in before the practice, too. That engine didn't even have the Friday practice and qualifying on it. So close, so many times at this racetrack. Look at that. 3 times Jimmie's been the guy passed for the final lead change. Including one where he ran out of fuel with the finish in sight.
I don't care how many races you win or have won, to lose one this close to the end and have a dominant car hurts bad.
Well, the picture has changed. And certainly the post-race review for the Hendrick organization will be an intense one, because things certainly didn't turn out today as they would have liked under the hood.
You know, and as they look towards the chase, you know, there's 5.5 mile tracks in that chase. A lot of RPMs turned at those tracks too, so something they'll be looking into. See the disappointment with Jimmie right now.
And who can blame him? So, the caution flag, the cleanup, setting up a green-white checker finish here at Michigan. Greg Biffle with Brad Keselowski to his inside. Row number 2, Carl Edwards and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Green flag. Casey Kane to the bottom, 3 wide in the 5 car.
All of that happening just like Greg Biffle would have planned it out. He got a great jump, and the others were racing hard. Keselowski coming at him, though.
I think Keselowski did a good job to fend off the 5-car Casey Kane, and now he's on Biffle.
Got a shot to win. Here they come to the white flag.
Flag one more time around.
Last lap at Michigan. Biffle in the 16, Keselowski in the 2 for the win. Half a lap to go. Will he get a shot? Keselowski trying to wheel it. It's not sticking. Greg Biffle entered the race second in the championship. He leaves with the point lead. Biffle wins at Michigan. Keselowski barely over Kane for second.
That's an awesome job. Was even cooler the first. Hit a Ford, thanks Ford, that was awesome.
Remarkable turn of events late in this one. First, Brad Keselowski's team. Strategy, driver combination gets ahead of Jimmie Johnson on a series of pit stops. Johnson takes the lead back. Then Johnson's engine fails. Biffle gets a chance to race for the win and scores the victory today. His second win of the year and the 12th victory at this racetrack for Jack Roush, breaking the tie with the Wood brothers for most all-time victories at this speedway. How about it, Vince?
Big win for this 16 on a number of different levels, Matt Pusha. What stands out most about what means the greatest about this victory?
I don't even know what to say right now. Greg Biffle, I mean, I'm just blessed to be able to work with Amanda, the talent, this team. You know, this team, we were off on Friday. We we're where we need to be. We sat down, we worked on our stuff, got the stuff right yesterday, and it just paid off. You know, I got a little behind there. I got a little off sequence with that 48 and the 88, and I kind of was kicking myself in the butt for that. But, you know, Greg just made up the difference, and he wasn't taking second, I can tell you that. You know, he just did a heck of a job.
The championship leader, congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Bonus points for the chase reseeding for the Biff.
Yeah, like that, and a lot of confidence for this race team as they get ready. Greg Biffle's been telling us they had the speed to make a difference whenever they get to the chase. They just wanted to get some more bonus points, a little momentum heading into the chase. They got it.
So in his owner's hometown, and you heard him mention the manufacturer and the importance there on the radios on the cool-down lap. A big day for Greg Biffle and his team. We head down to Victory Lane, presented by Pennzoil.
Greg Biffle, third win at Michigan, second win of the year. Matt Pusha getting doused by the crew. We'll get over here, Greg and Matt trying to catch their breath. Hey, Greg, how important is today to you, to Jack Roush, and to Ford here in Michigan?
Well, it's pretty important.
You know, we've been working really hard to get back into victory lane and catch up to those Hendrick cars. And I'll tell you what, I was catching the 48 a tiny bit. I don't know if I could have caught him or not, but well, it's too bad his engine went away. We wanted to race him clean for the win, but I tell you, everybody's just been working so hard, standing behind this 3M Ford, Coke, and all the fans, and Sprint. This series is a lot of fun, and we're going to make a run at the title. I know they don't talk about us a lot, but they will when we get to Vegas.
Not only the race win, but now the points lead by 20 points. What about this team? What's that mean for you guys headed to the chase?
Yeah, it feels really good. You know, it doesn't mean a lot to lead the points right now. It does for us personally as a team, but as far as the championship goes, it isn't. We were going to be the point leader leaving Watkins Glen. I slid in that oil and gave it 2 spots. I felt really bad for the guys. I gave it up, but I got it back here.
Everybody wants to know, you talked about the 48. I heard you on the radio when you went by the 2 car. You said, he's next, I'm going to get him. Do you think if he hadn't had a problem, you could have caught him? Do you have enough to get there?
Well, I was driving in too low down there, and then I drove it in the top of 3 and 4, and I got a huge run. I could beat him down here, but I couldn't beat him in 3 and 4, and I started getting a huge run off, and I pulled in about 5 car lengths on him, and then his motor went out. So with 8 laps to go, I could have got to his bumper, I think. I don't know if I could have got by him, but I would have used the bumper if I had to, if I got to him.
Hey, congratulations, Mr. Points Leader. Great day.
Thanks.
Greg Biffle gets up his 3rd win at Michigan, his 2nd win of the year in NASCAR Sprint Cup competition. Alan?
And while the Biff celebrates in victory lane, there's the bitter disappointment. Just as a week ago, when someone who looked to have a win in hand saw it slip away. Jimmie Johnson leaving the racetrack.
Yeah, but a pretty amazing turnaround when you think about it. A flat right rear tire, a car that was unruly to say the least. Matt, how'd you come home 17th and gain a spot in the points?
Well, we gained a spot in the points because the guy ahead of me blew up, and we came home 17th because we just had everything go wrong. So it was really an uphill battle for our 5th, 3rd Ford Fusion, but really happy for Greg and them guys that won. I think as an organization we really needed a win, and all our cars seem to be pretty fast today. So for us, the biggest challenge is we were really good in the beginning. As soon as the sun came out, we were just kind of junk, and the farther we got back and more problems we had, the tougher it was for us.
All right, still in championship hunt. Very good today at the end, but a tough way to get there for Matt. Dr. Punch?
And Casey Kane, when the day began, everyone's talking about watch the 5 car, watch the 5 car. Well, on a restart, here you came. It looked like you had a shot.
Yeah, we had a good last restart. Our Farmers Insurance Chevrolet took off well, and our engine ran great. We had a really fast car all day long, but weren't able to get to the leaders. They had kind of got up there, and but the restarts were big today. That was crucial points, was either getting past or trying to pass on restarts.
Casey Kane finishing 3rd. By the way, the 4th top 3 finish for Kane in the last 7 races. How about that for momentum, Nicole?
How about?
Yeah, the momentum continues. Another top 5 for Marcos Ambrose. A hard-fought battle this afternoon. How would you assess it?
It's a really strong day for the Stanley Ford Rich Petty Motorsports team. You know, we came off a win. Sometimes you struggle to keep that mojo going, but we had a fast car all day. Got track position there late, really made the most of it. I just got to wind that race back, because I was holding back Biffle there with about 25, 30 laps to go, and he won. So I got to look about where I lost that race, but really proud of my team, proud of my guys, and carry that momentum through. We've got to win races. It's great to run top 5, but winning's what it's all about for us.
Marcos Ambrose said at the beginning of the weekend that he was in full attack mode. He proved it again today, Vince.
With Carl Edwards, who finishes 6th this afternoon. And Carl, we talked before the race about the urgency that you feel as time is winding down to win a race and get in the chase. Car was pretty good today. What was the difference?
The car was really good, and we had a gift with that last restart. We just weren't able to capitalize like Greg was. He did a great job. I'm proud that there's a Ford in victory line. I wish it was the 99 Geek Squad Ford. We had Best Buy, Geek Squad, a whole bunch of folks here this weekend, and our whole Fastenal team, we've got to go get it done the next 3 weeks, and this week shows us, at least like you said before we got on it, we've got the speed. We just got to go get it done, and we got to take advantage whenever we can. It was really close today, but trust me, we don't give up. We got 3 races. We can do this.
Good luck at Bristol.
Thank you, man.
Nicole?
3 races of employees here today. What does this mean to you, Jack?
Yeah, we had a really good turnout today. You know, it's important to win at Ford's backyard, General Motors, and so it's always important to the manufacturers to do well here. We hadn't run as well as we needed to. Our engines were durable today, which is probably their strongest thing, and the cars were well driven. The cars had good speed, but other teams had trouble that might have been able to beat us.
I haven't seen you smile that much. You came walking across pit road with some Ford executives around you. This has to give you pretty good pleasure.
Yeah, it does give me a good play. There's an expectation that we really put on our best face here, and today it worked out for us.
All right, Jack Roush will let you go celebrate with your team, and 22 wins in major NASCAR competition for Roush here, now 12 in Sprint Cup.